think about it, there's this idea called the red herring when it comes to a movie or TV show. What this refers to is something that's included in there to misdirect the audience, a false clue put in there so we don't see exactly what's going on. A great example of this would be in the movie Frozen, because Hans ends up being the real villain of the movie. There's this character, the Duke of Weselton. Everyone else pronounces it as Weaseltown, but it's the Duke of Weselton. And right when we first see him, he comes off as shady when he says, Arendelle, our most mysterious trade partner, open those gates so I may unlock your secrets and exploit your riches. Did I say that out loud? And then later on, he's the one who's saying, Elsa's a monster. She started this winter. We gotta stop her. And then even tells his men that if they see the queen, they are to put an end to this winter. So you think that he's gonna be the main villain of the movie. But then turns out, no, he's not. He's a shady guy, to be sure, but he ultimately isn't really evil. And I mean, you can understand actually where he's coming from, in that a winter has started, which is not easy to get through because it's very cold. So you can understand where he's coming from. Also, think about the movie Big Hero 6. We are initially introduced to this guy named Creighton, who's the head of this company. Once again, he initially comes off as shady. You have this guy, you have the professor, I don't remember what his name is exactly. Professor Callahan, that's right, that's his name. So Professor Callahan at first comes off as a reasonable guy, whereas Mr. Creighton, because he's a wealthy businessman, and we can see that the professor doesn't like him at all, and then we learn that he was doing these experiments. It seems like he's going to be the villain of the movie, but ultimately we learn, no, Professor Callahan is the real villain. He's not. He's a shady guy, to be sure, but ultimately not actually evil. He actually, in the end, helps to build a statue for the members of Big Hero 6. Like, he appreciates what they've done for him. Also, another great example would be the character Yusuf Kama in Fantastic Beasts: Crimes of Grindelwald. He's just there to help convince Credence that he's a member of this family. That turns out to be just a red herring. Also, think for a minute about there was some other movie that I can't think of it.